This is the Patton Sports Videocast with Maurice, Patton, and Terrence Smithson. LT360 is a health and weight loss company based in Brentwood, led by Coach Scott Oatsvall and Brent High. They have helped more than 700 clients in the last year get healthy, lose weight, and feel better with an all-natural program and simple approach to exercise and nutrition. LT360 offers free health and wellness seminars each week. For more information, visit their website at lt360.com or call them at 615-312-8244. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Nashville's answer to fast, friendly, healthy comfort food. With a menu featuring assorted grilled meats, fresh veggies, and a dash of inspiration, Tzatziki's casual dining is perfect for lunch, before a movie, or a dinner featuring laughter and great memories. Originality is our nationality. With 7 Middle Tennessee locations, one of them is near you. Check www.tzatzikiscafe.com to select your nearest location and next favorite dish.
Want to play ball at the next level? You got what it takes? Then you got to provide a professional highlight video to coaches. Recruit Reels is the nation's leading sports highlight video production company, and they're here in Tennessee. Starting at just $3.99, Recruit Reels helps student athletes realize their dream and families afford college. Watch highlight videos and review video packages at recruitreels.com. Call them at 615-896-6076.
I want to welcome everyone into the Patton Sports Videocast. I'm Maurice Patton along with Terrence Smithson. Last week we were at my alma mater, Franklin High School. This week we're over here at Terrence's old stomping grounds at Page. The Patriots got a big Region 4-4A game coming up Friday night down at the Brickyard in Pulaski. They go and take on Giles County. We're going to talk about that one here a little bit later. But Terrence, want to get started. We've talked a little bit about Region 5-1A over there with Gordonsville and Middle Tennessee Christian and that bunch. Couple of big games over there Friday night. Nashville Christian goes to Gordonsville. Both those teams undefeated in region play. Nashville Christian, the defending 1A state champion, comes in at 5-2 overall. Gordonsville's also 5-2, but the two of their wins are over previously undefeated teams in that region. They beat Trousdale a few weeks ago 9-0, and they beat Middle Tennessee Christian, what was it, 35? What was that score? 35-21, yeah. So Gordonsville coming in pretty hot, obviously, and the Eagles struggled a little bit early, but their two losses were the White House Heritage in 3A and Pope John Paul II in Division 2 AA. So Jeff Brothers got those guys moving in the right direction.
Yeah, Jeff Brothers got them moving in the right direction, and they got a tall chore Friday night against Gordonsville.
At Gordonsville.
Gordonsville is the giant slayer in that region right now. Of course, we shouldn't call them a giant slayer since they have a state championship under their belt back in 2012.
Yeah, they're not too far removed from that, and that's quietly, it's a really tough place to play over there at Gordonsville.
It is, and they know what winning football looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a running back over there, Braxton Gibbons. We talked about him a couple of weeks ago, 180-something yards in that win over Middle Tennessee Christian. Last week he had 87 yards and a couple of touchdowns in their win over Monterey. So again, Gordonsville's rolling. They're 5-0 after starting the year 0-2 with losses to Watertown, who we saw a couple of weeks ago, and Smith County, which is a really heated rivalry in that county over there. So they've kind of gotten up, dusted themselves off, and run off 5 straight wins.
They're on a roll right now, and after looking at them on field, I understand why. They check in with 3 guys, 285, 290, and a 310. So they're a formidable task for any front.
And what'll be interesting with that is Nashville Christian up front has got Brant Lawless, defensive tackle, who's right at 3 builds himself, and great athlete, plays off guard, point guard on their basketball team that went to the state tournament last year as well. So he's fun to watch on the hardwood, but he's definitely hard to handle on the field as well. So that'll be an interesting matchup.
It will be, with those big guys they have at Gordonsville and with Brant Lawless and Jack Elliott on the line for Nashville Christian. It'll be an interesting game. Brant also plays a little tight end for him as well. He catches passes.
That's going to be fun in the open field if he's got one and somebody has to square up on him.
Decisions.
Nashville Christian in their 5 wins is averaging 55.4 points per game, so they're putting some points up when they are playing back in 1A competition. Their last win, they won 55-0 up at Clay County. They were open this past weekend, so big one over there. Another big one in Region 5A. We talked about Middle Tennessee Christian and Trousdale both losing to Gordonsville. Those two play each other, and obviously there's some playoff ramifications involved in this one. MTCS 7-1 overall, 5-1 in the region. Trousdale County 6-1, 4-1.
Trousdale County has got so many state championships, I forgot count. But they have tradition up there, and it's going to be a tough task for Middle Tennessee Christian to go in there and come out with a win.
MTCS won 6 straight to start the year. They lost that one to Gordonsville 35-21, turned around and won at Cannon County 35-20. And this game here doesn't get them out of the woods either way, because they've still got Nashville Christian next week. So tough stretch here for Middle Tennessee Christian, like you said. Meanwhile, Trousdale 4-0 to open the season. They lost that one to Gordonsville, bounced back with wins in region play against Monterey and Pickett County. And it wouldn't be a Trousdale County team without a Harper in the mix. Isaiah Harper, the junior running back who pretty well keys their offense, along with a quarterback, Logan Hewitt, who transferred in from Red Boiling Springs.
Wow. I tell you what, there's been a Harper on that team, seems like, for the last 40 years.
It does. It does. So
and this one is just as good as the rest.
They're all good.
Yeah, they're all good.
Talked to Kevin Creasy. I lost his name. Kevin Creasy, when he was over there before he took the Oakland job, and it's like, they're all good. You don't get one that's not good, and certainly, again, Isaiah falls right in line with that. Big challenge for Middle Tennessee Christian with their quarterback Joe Peck and the running back Kamari McGowan, but they've scored 40 points or more 4 times this year, so they can crank it up offensively.
They can crank it up, and the question that you have is whether that small offensive line they have, and we call them small because they got guys only 225 to 250. And today,
that is small, yeah.
But if they can control that Trousdale County defensive front, and if they can, then Joe Peck and McGowan can do some damage, but we'll see.
And when you talk about tough places to play, going over there on the creek bank in Hartsville, not a lot of people come out of there with wins, so we'll see how this one goes for the Cougars. That'll get you started. We got much more when we get back. John Mayer Builders proudly sponsors the Patton Sports Videocast. With over 1,500 homes built in Middle Tennessee, John Mayer Builders knows the importance of families and communities. They have numerous business awards to their credit, proving that John Mayer Builders is built to win. Like them on Facebook. John Mayer Builders, our reputation is building.
Express Employment Professionals, North Nashville and downtown, owned by respected business leaders Christy and Jason Patrick, is the premier employment agency in the community. Express is one of the community's largest employers, consistently working over 500 people at over 125 private businesses each week in Davidson County. Whether you are a company looking for the next great employee or a candidate looking for the next great job, Express is the employment resource for you. Call them at 615-313-3690 or visit their website at www.expresspros.com/InNashvilleTN. Like them on Facebook at Express Employment Professionals, Nashville North and downtown.
Terrence in Region 7-5A, big matchup. Brentwood goes to Centennial. Brentwood goes in 4-3 overall, 3-1 in region play. Centennial leading the region with a 4-0 record, 6-1 overall, ranked number 3 in the state in the Associated Press 5A poll. So the Cougars continuing to I don't know. I mean, I think what we expected out of them to start the season and what they've given us to this point is a little bit of surprise, but as we continue to go, they're really living up to it. It's not as much of a surprise now as it was maybe 3 weeks ago. They're just playing ball at this point.
You're right. I was really surprised when they beat Franklin, but they have lived up to it, like you said. They've been playing good football, and they got some good coaching over there.
Yeah. Brentwood's run off 3 straight wins since losing to Franklin 41-7 after capping a 1-3 start for them, and put up some points in the process. Beat Dixon County 45-26, they beat Northeast 41-26, and they beat a winless West Creek team 48-0 before last week's open date. Carson Shacklet continues to come on at quarterback for them, and he really kind of spearheads their run game, but he also likes to throw it around to Christian LeBrecq at tight end and those two receivers, Parker Bullion and Will Leon.
Will Leon. Well, he's going to need a big game to beat the Cougars this week because they're going to bring it.
They are. Again, Centennial's won 5 straight since their loss in week 2 to Independence. Independence continues to be a thorn in their side. They lost to them twice last year. Their only 2 losses in a season that led them to the state semifinals. But they've won 5 straight since then, and they had an open date last week as well after a 31-7 win over Clarksville. Talk about this Centennial team, and again, I don't know that we expected them to be 6-1 at this point, but it's really kind of been an addition by subtraction kind of thing, because when you lose a guy like Tyrell Dotson, who's playing for Texas A&M now, you can't expect to continue to play at that same level, but Matt Kreisky's got him doing so, and a big part of it has been Tavion Fleming, who is a guy who has the ability in open space to really make you look bad and take one to the house from anywhere on the field. He's fun to watch.
He is fun to watch, but also Zion Lee is really good back there too. I really like watching him run that ball.
They've got a couple of kids back there running back. Jerry Wilson as well stepped in there when Lee had an ankle injury a couple of weeks ago, had a huge night up at Northeast, but I've been impressed by Nick Bell moving down from tight end to offensive tackle. Really selfless move on that kid's part, because again, he was one of the better seniors in Williamson County at tight end, and he's slid inside because they had some injuries right there at the start of the season and hasn't missed a beat, seems like.
Hey, he wants to win, and that shows that they've got a winning tradition going there last year with Tyrell Dotson and that crew, and he wants to continue it.
Absolutely. Again, Centennial number 3 in the state right now. They won this game 24-10 last year on the way to the state semifinals. So big matchup, and from what I understand, both those coaches a little wary of the other one having 2 weeks to get ready for this one, and I can understand from Kreisky's spot in particular wondering what Ron Crawford might have had the time to cook up over 2 weeks.
Well, I'm sure he'll have Cole Mabry and that crew ready to execute whatever he cooked up for Centennial.
Big stretch here for both these teams, because Brentwood, after this one, finishes up against Henry County at their place and at Clarksville. Meanwhile, Centennial has Rossview coming to town next week, and then they finish up at Henry County, which is Kreisky's alma mater. So tough stretch for them. Neither of these teams is quite out of the woods just yet.
No, they're not. And every game is big. Every snap is big right now down the stretch. So we'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. Big county rivalry.
Over in Murfreesboro, Terrence and I remember when these were the only 2 high schools in Murfreesboro. And
right.
Whatever anybody says about any other matchup, if you say the battle of the borough, this is it. Oakland goes to Riverdale Friday night. Oakland, number 2 in the state in 6A. Number 1 in Mosey lead 11. Be sure and check that out on mopattonsports.com. 7-0 overall, 4-0 in Region 2 6A. Riverdale comes in at 4-3, 3-1 in region play. They've run off 3 straight wins, the Warriors have, including a 16-13 win at Siegel a couple of weeks ago. They had an open date last week, but after a 1-3 start that included a loss at home to Franklin, Riverdale started to kind of get things figured out.
Riverdale has righted the ship somewhat and got some wins under their belt, and it will be interesting to see what that Riverdale front can do against that Oakland wing T. If they can win first and second down and force Oakland to do what they don't want to do, which is pass, they might have a chance in this one.
Now the thing is, when they do pass, they've got some talent over there, starting with the quarterback, Brendan Matthews, who has shown an ability to make some plays in the passing game, and not just short and intermediate. He can crank it deep as well. Zarius Gamble gives them some downfield threat as well, but and obviously Jacoby Stevens going both ways figures big into that passing game. But like you said, they do like to run it to start with Lazarius Patterson and the Roper kid as well.
Roper is dynamic. He doesn't get much ink because of Patterson and Stevens and all those other stars, but that kid is really quick. I love to watch him run.
And blocking for him, Mr. Onwamir.
Mr. Onwamir is a devastating blocker. He hit a kid in that Hillsborough game, and I believe it was Mr. Honeysucker that he cleaned up on the goal line down there, and it was, wow.
Give you shivers still, huh?
Yeah.
Like you said, so much talent on that Oakland team. I mean, you talk about a Stevens, you talk about a Caleb Oliver back there at safety. We've mentioned Patterson and Roper, and I think Matthews is going to have an excellent chance to play on Saturdays as well. They've got a lot of guys that can hurt you over there. That's going to be a fun game.
It's going to be a fun game. And remember this name, Blake Spencer, 5'11", 270-pound nose guard. Look for him to have a big night for Oakland against Riverdale. He's a load in there. He's probably the strongest guy on Oakland's team.
Wow. And on the Riverdale side, you've got the Georgia Tech commit Gentry Bonds, who goes both ways for them. You've also got some other guys on the perimeter, Marquell Odom and Jarek, what is it? Mr. Campbell.
Yeah.
And Christian Safront back there at quarterback. Also, don't forget about Nick Boykin in the trenches on both sides for Riverdale as well. Our one of my favorite wrestlers, does a great job on the mat and does a great job on the football field as well. But again, Oakland has now won 4 straight in this series. They beat Riverdale twice last year, beat them 43-14 in the regular season, 54-7 in the second round of the playoffs. So Riverdale at their place got a little bit of a score to settle in this one, and be interesting to see how they approach that.
Yes, we're really waiting for Oakland to get tested. They've Mercer ruled almost everybody they've played, and really hadn't been really tested to this point. So maybe Riverdale could be that test for them.
Well, they certainly weren't tested last week when they went to West Tennessee and took on a number 4 in Class 4A Haywood team, came back with a 52-6 win. So yeah, they've not really been pushed this year. I think they've scored 38 or more in every game. So it'll be interesting to see how they react should they have to play a 4-quarter ball game.
You're right, and the only thing that scares me about Riverdale is the kicking game is not really good, not really dependable, and the passing game is suspect, and they could be down 14-0 for the offense for Oakland even hits the field.
Yeah. Oakland can hurt you in special teams, so that'll be one to watch. When we get back, we're going to talk about the matchup that Terrence's alma mater is involved in down the road here. We'll be back in just a second. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Nashville's answer to fast, friendly, healthy comfort food. With a menu featuring assorted grilled meats, fresh veggies, and a dash of inspiration, Tzatziki's casual dining is perfect for lunch, before a movie, or a dinner featuring laughter and great memories. Originality is our nationality. With 7 Middle Tennessee locations, one of them is near you. Check www.tzatzikiscafe.com to select your nearest location and next favorite dish. At National Playmakers Academy, developing NPA athletes comes in threes. NPA develops its student athletes' academic, social, and football-specific skills. Next, NPA develops them for better exposure today, recruitment tomorrow, and college education through scholarships for the rest of their lives. We are proud of the outstanding athletes we have developed. We are more proud of the college graduates we have prepared. Work with National Playmakers Academy for developing gifted athletes into productive citizens.
Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers combine the best of bowling, games, food, drink, and fun. For all Middle Tennessee residents, Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers are the ideal destination for family entertainment. The safe, friendly environment is perfect for birthday parties for kids of all ages or business outings for adults who work too hard. Our friendly staff and fun atmosphere will help create those enjoyable memories with your coworkers, friends, and loved ones. Don't forget to sign your kids up for our Kids Bowl Free summer program. Visit us online at strikeandsparebowling.com or come see us in person at any of our nearby Strike and Spare locations in Donaldson, Hendersonville, Hermitage, Murfreesboro, and the Tusculum area for more details. We'll see you soon.
Terrence, your Patriots 4-2 overall, 3-0 in Region 4-4A. Go down to Pulaski, take on Giles County, 5-2 overall, 2-1 in region play at the Brickyard. Fun place to play down there. Have you been down there since they redid it?
No, I haven't been down there since they redid it, but I know when I was in school, it was always a tough place to play. You went down there to face the Bobcats, you had a tough game in store.
And I think that's likely to be the case this time around, but I think Page may be up for the challenge. Now, Page is only going to play 9 regular season games this year because they lost that game against Lipscomb in week 2 that got rained out, lightninged out, however you want to call it. But It's a non-region game, so it won't affect their postseason situation, but their schedule just looks a little odd with that 4-2 at this point. They've run off 3 straight wins. They defeated Lawrence County 20-7, beat BGA 45-7, and then they outgunned Tullahoma 59-30 a couple of weeks ago. They had an open date last week. Charles Pulliam, our videographer back there, is really excited about the freshman running back, Bubba Johnson, who has 569 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's got 3 100-yard games after kind of stepping into the lineup when Derek Bittner got hurt early on.
Well, Coach Bone has got that offensive line really playing well, and that's opened the holes for Mr. Bubba Johnson. I love that name. I'm like Charles. I like that name, Bubba Johnson.
Could you have a Page team that didn't have a Bubba on it?
No.
But while Bubba's getting it done in the run game, Jacob Van Landingham has come on and stepped in for Michael McGochie, who really did a good job for Page at quarterback the last couple of years. Van Landingham's got 1,000 passing yards, rushed for almost 300 yards, 11 total touchdowns. So if you get caught paying too much attention to Bubba, Van Landingham can hurt you in the air, so that'll kind of be what Giles County's got in store for him. Meanwhile, the Bobcats had a quarterback transfer in from Alabama, kid named John Backus, who can hurt you in the air as well. 2,000 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, also got 273 rushing yards and a touchdown. So this one could turn into a shootout.
Yes, it could. And Mr. Arkell
Reed,
he's going to be a big factor in this game. But I think maybe the biggest factor in this game is going to be whether Chris Dial and Jonathan Harris and Tony Chase can control D. McElroy from Giles County. He's a big 6 foot, 310-pound nose guard they have. He's a load. And Key McDonald back there at linebacker, he's running from sideline to sideline making plays. So that defense is formidable.
And when you've got that nose guard taking up a couple of guys, and that allows Mr. McDonald to flow back and forth and make some plays back there for the Bobcats.
Right.
Arkell, 803 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns. He's got 5 100-yard games. Page has won this matchup each of the last 2 years. They won 49-27 here last year, went down to the Brickyard and won 31-30 2 years ago. So the Patriots aren't exactly bothered by going on the road for this matchup. Should be a pretty good one. Staying in Region 4-4A, Marshall County goes to Spring Hill Friday night.
The Raiders. Well, we'll see what the Tigers can do with the Raiders, but if Tavai McLean, the defensive end from the Tigers, learned anything from playing Stratford, he'll keep the quarterback from Spring Hill in containment. He lost containment on True Heart sometimes, and it hurt him when they played Stratford, and hopefully he'll learn and will keep them in and make things tough for the Raiders to score.
Well, the Raiders have got a nice running back in Dante Smith, who's already over 1,000 yards, and they've got a couple of receivers, Justin Oden, whose uncle, Bernard Oden, played down at Memphis back in the day. He might have been the quarterback. Was he the quarterback when they won the state championship? I think he was. But and Darren Johnson as well. So Spring Hill brings a little talent. They took a tough loss last weekend at home against Father Ryan, 45-14. Spring Hill comes in 4-3 overall. They're 1-2 in region play. Again, Marshall County 6-1 with that 28-21 loss to Stratford a few weeks ago. 3-0 in the region. They're ranked number 4 in the 4A statewide poll on the Associated Press. They're ranked number 11 in Mosey, lead 11. So they scored 50 a couple of weeks ago in a 50-0 win over Lawrence County, and they've just got, when you talk about offensive talent, starting with the sophomore quarterback, Bryce Wallace, Cameron Liggett at the running back, and those 2 receivers, Jay Howard and Trey Crutcher, they can really do damage in a lot of different ways on the offensive side of the ball. That one could get interesting down in Spring Hill.
Could get interesting, and it will depend on how the offensive coordinator makes adjustments in case it does get interesting, whether he can still find ways to get the ball into the hands of his playmakers, Crutcher and Howard and that crew.
Marshall County has won 6 straight in this series, 59-21 last year. Spring Hill's last win came in 2009, so you'd kind of expect Marshall County to take care of business in this one.
Yeah, doesn't look good for the Raiders in this one.
It really doesn't. Hey, speaking of looking good, neither Terrence nor I did in our picks last week. LT360 is a health and weight loss company based in Brentwood, led by Coach Scott Oatsvall and Brent High. They have helped more than 700 clients in the last year get healthy, lose weight, and feel better with an all-natural program and simple approach to exercise and nutrition. LT360 offers free health and wellness seminars each week. For more information, visit their website at lt360.com or call them at 615-312-8244. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Nashville's answer to fast, friendly, healthy comfort food. With a menu featuring assorted grilled meats, fresh veggies, and a dash of inspiration, Taziki's casual dining is perfect for lunch, before a movie, or a dinner featuring laughter and great memories. Originality is our nationality. With 7 Middle Tennessee locations, one of them is near you. Check www.tazikiscafe.com to select your nearest location and next favorite dish.
Want to play ball at the next level? You got what it takes? Then you got to provide a professional highlight video to coaches. Recruit Reels is the nation's leading sports highlight video production company, and they're here in Tennessee. Starting at just $3.99, Recruit Reels helps student athletes realize their dream, and families afford college. Watch highlight videos and review video packages at recruitreels.com. Call them at 615-896-6076.
Each of us finished up 3-3. Good pasture at Stratford. We did get that one right. We both had the Spartans winning that one, 15-14 on an extra point by Mohammed Madej after Terrell Carter touchdown late to win that one. Hendersonville at Gallatin. One of us got that one right. I had the Green Wave, and Jordan Mason had 200 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground, and caught another touchdown in a 49-20 Gallatin win. So Mr. Smithson missed that one. If it makes him feel any better, though, we both missed McCauley at Ensworth because we both had the Blue Tornado coming in here, and Ensworth wasn't having it.
No, they weren't.
So 42-28, the Tigers in the final there. Brentwood Academy over at MBA. Yeah, well, you know, we knew MBA was good. We knew Ty Chandler was good. We didn't know he was going to go for 341 and 4 touchdowns.
Nope, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, 31-24, MBA the final there. Fairview did take care of business at Sycamore on Thursday night, so we both got that one right. And Wilson Central at the old alma mater, Franklin. Franklin takes care of business in that one, 42-35, scores with less than 2 minutes left to win it. So I was almost right.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hangers.
There we go, and I got blown up. Yeah, so we both finished up 3-3 last week. So let's see what we got this week. Nashville Christian goes to Gordonsville. Who you like?
I'm liking Nashville Christian.
It's tough to go against the defending state champions, although that formula didn't work for me last week. No. But we're going to try it again. With the Eagles, again. We're going to try it again, see how it goes.
I didn't think about that.
You want?
I'll stick with it.
All right, then. Middle Tennessee Christian at Trousdale County.
I'm going with Trousdale County. I think that tradition is going to be a little bit much for that MTCS crew, who is on the rise.
They are on the rise, but Trousdale's tough to beat at home. I like the Yellow Jackets in this one as well. Brentwood at Centennial.
Centennial taught me a lesson. I think I'll stay with Centennial.
I think Centennial's probably got a few too many playmakers in this one when all is said and done. I'm going with the Cougars at home. Oakland at Riverdale.
Oakland. I'll stick with Oakland until somebody beats them.
Yeah, I think that might be the smart money right there. Well, no money. For entertainment purposes only. We're going with the Patriots here. We're going to catch up real quick. Ravenwood at Overton.
Ravenwood at Overton. Well, I'm going with Overton, the home team.
Well, I'm inclined to go with the Bobcats in that one as well, and I don't know how I skipped over this card, but Ravenwood goes into that Region 3-6A game at 4-3 overall, 3-1 in region play. Overton's 4-3 as well, 3-2 in region play, and Ravenwood coming off back-to-back wins over McGavock and Lebanon after a 2-3 start. And if the Raptors can get something going in the passing game with McCain Marrow and those receivers, John Rawl and Nathan Freeman, I think they got a shot. But I think Overton's big playability, particularly with Theo Jackson on the outside and Tavares Travis in the run game. I like Overton in this one.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think they just have too many playmakers for Ravenwood to keep them in check.
There we go. Now, as I was saying before I so rudely interrupted myself, Page at Giles County, who you like?
I like Page, but I think Giles County is going to win.
You know, I think Giles County may just have a little bit more in the run game with Arkell Reed and with John Backus. I think it's going to be a close ball game, but I like the host Bobcats in this one as well. Hey, let's see what you think about these. Hashtag #BeatMostradamus on Twitter. Shoot us your pick 6 picks if you get more of them right than I do, and right now I'm looking a little vulnerable. Go into a drawing for a Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe gift card, 8 locations in Middle Tennessee. One of them's got to be near you. So again, hashtag #BeatMostradamus. Shoot us your picks of those 6 games. Again, Nashville Christian at Gordonsville, Middle Tennessee Christian at Trousdale County, Brentwood at Centennial, Oakland at Riverdale, Ravenwood at Overton, which I almost missed, and Page at Giles County. Shoot us your 6 winners in those. Let's see what you got. Check out the website, mopattonsports.com. Check out Mo's 4-down territory. See why 9 was fine, and that's all we're going to say for now. See what region leader is heading back to the chalkboard as they get ready to come down the stretch. Who's back, and which team's kicker may be their MVP here of late. Also check out Mo's Elite 11, see who's trending, up or down. Again, hashtag #BeatMostradamus on Twitter. And be sure and check out the Strike and Spare Coaches Show podcast later in the week as we catch up with a couple of coaches in some of these key matchups here in Week 9. That's going to do it for this week's Mo Patton Sports Videocast. That's Terrence Smithson. I'm Maurice Patton. We'll see you at the ball game.